Wetlands are vital ecosystems where water meets land, including marshes, swamps, mangroves, rivers and deltas. Saturated permanently or seasonally, acting as Earth's kidneys by filtering water, controlling floods, storing massive amounts of carbon, and supporting 40% of the world's biodiversity. They are crucial for climate mitigation and adaptation, water purification, contributing to biodiversity and livelihoods, but wetlands are threatened globally, making their conservation essential for nature and human well-being. Nearly 80% of the world's wetlands have been degraded since the 1700s. The world is losing wetlands 3 times faster than forests. In the heart of Makueni County, Makindu sub-county, lies 980 hectares of Kiu Wetland catchment, a fragile but powerful ecosystem that sustains life far beyond its borders. For decades, these wetlands have supported farming, livestock, water supply and biodiversity in a semi-arid landscape where every drop of water matters.
Kiu Wetlands is a continuous ecosystem of wetlands that is very, very vital for water provision for the communities around this area, because it's a wetland that stores water for a longer period of time, even beyond the drought period, due to its water retention capacity arising from the conservation status. So it is very important because it provides water not just for domestic use, but also for piped water for use livestock, and in some areas for irrigation.
Kiu Wetland is a historical source of water. A lot of people don't know that it is in fact was the source of water that were driving the steam engines during the construction of the railway line. That's how important it is.
Kitambo, kabla watu waanze kuindavia, Kiu ilikuwa very nice, ilikuwa kama msitu ambao ulikuwa na wanyama, ulikuwa na miwa ndani, ulikuwa na maji, chemchemi za maji zilikuwa.
Kiu is more than land. It is life, resilience and hope.
The Kiu restoration goes all the way into Kibwezi in an underground and feeds into yet another spring called the Umanyi Springs, which is part of the Chulu Hills water tower triangle.
Over the years, Kiu Wetland has faced intense pressure.
There is climate change issue that is happening globally, and the main drivers including this ecosystem include tree cutting, overgrazing, charcoal burning. We have also exploitative use of forests, whereby you find people, because of increasing pressure, they are also changing the land use from normal tree to farming.
Prolonged droughts made matters worse. Water sources began to dry up, soil eroded, livelihoods were threatened. Without intervention, the wetland risked permanent loss. In 2023, His Excellency President William Ruto led planting efforts at Kiu Wetland in Makueni County to achieve Kenya's goal of 15 billion trees by 2032, making it a significant regional focus for national environmental action.
The target that the government has of the 15 billion, this Kiu Wetland has contributed a lot. When the president came here in 2023, we planted over 200,000 trees. The president and the first lady planted their trees here, and their trees are going on very well, as you can see.
In response, the Kenya Forest Service, together with the Makueni County government and REDD+, launched a coordinated restoration effort.
We know that resources were going to be a challenge for not only just sustainability, but for the protection itself. We asked the partners to assist us in the fencing and assist us in ensuring that the trees we planted can be watered and can grow. And my main objective at the time was to make sure that we can cross at least 3 seasons, because I knew by the time we cross into a 3rd season of planting of the trees, then those trees were going to survive.
The effort to restore this vital ecosystem aligns very well with our mandate as Kenya Forest Service, because our role is to conserve, protect and manage forest ecosystems, including drylands like this particular area. And it basically aligns with the national strategy for tree growing and also attaining the 30% tree cover nationally. It also aligns with the REDD+, the strategies, and what we are doing currently is to implement all those programs and strategies.
The approach focused on rehabilitating degraded areas through tree planting, assisted natural regeneration, riverbank protection, soil conservation, and controlled grazing.
Growing of trees means maintenance. Kenya Forest Service, first of all, fenced the area. 14.1 hectares was fenced. We also installed a gate, which is also to control entries. Kenya Forest Service deployed 5 rangers and com officers, in charge being a sergeant. 24 hours, the rangers are there and they are armed. Kenya Forest has deployed cashos, which are youthful because we are supporting the youths. They are there to maintain the trees. Kenya Forest Service has done water articulation. It has stored 3 10,000 water tanks in the area. It has also bought a water pump. It has also done a metered water with Kimawasco, which is also piping water to that place to ensure trees grow.
Indigenous and climate-resilient tree species were carefully selected to restore natural balance and protect water sources.
With the consultation of Carefree and other stakeholders, we did the right species site matching, whereby you chose the right species for the right place at the right time. Noting the area was degraded, we have to get trees that are suitable for this ecology and this ecosystem. Species site matching has been very instrumental, and that is why we have been having a success of over 80% survival of the trees. Kiu is also a catchment area for rivers in Lower Eastern. Therefore, we cannot play with this species site matching. We have to get right and do them right and do the right thing.
REDD Plus strengthened the initiative by providing financial support and carbon monitoring, aligning the project with Kenya's climate and emission reduction commitments.
KFS is partner of the REDD Plus project. There is that funding which is given to KFS for them to implement the activities within the Kiu catchment. It aligns with carbon counting due to the reasons of restoration through planting of trees, whereby trees are important for the carbon initiative.
Since restoration began, encouraging changes are visible. Vegetation cover has increased and water retention has improved in key sections of the catchment.
We did a water project in Kiu, and because of part of the restoration, the borehole is producing 30,000 liters per hour. So we put electricity, and the people of Kiu are now benefiting from fresh water out of the catchment. That is the first immediate impact. The second one is that there is a river that cuts across the catchment itself. That river has now been restored, partly because of the work that was done at Kiu.
Seasonal streams now flow for longer periods and native plant species are returning. Early signs of biodiversity recovery, insects and small wildlife are visible, a signal the wetland is on the path to healing.
We started planting trees and we have seen a lot of changes. Here it was bare. Right now we have so many reeds. We have new birds visiting this place.
Progress is monitored through field assessments, satellite data and community reporting to ensure accountability and long-term success.
The Earthlands Restoration Project also has partnered with Kenya Forest Service to monitor the growth of these trees. These acoustic gadgets are also meant to ensure if there are new animals that are coming there are monitored.
Local communities play a central role in restoring Kiu Wetland.
KFS cannot do it alone, and the government doesn't do it alone. We work with the local communities. The communities are very much involved, right from the planting up to the growing itself. They are also responsible for giving us the information and those working with us.
Kabla hatujaanza hii kazi, hakukuwa hivi. Kulikuwa na ukame. Sisi kama community tunanyunyizia miti maji, tunaipalilia na tunailinda.
As we speak today, the first phase of Kiu catchment is now protected by the public. There's security, but it's protected by the public. They have now owned it.
For many families, restoration means reliable water, healthier farms, improved grazing, and new livelihood opportunities.
Kama mkulima mdogo, kuna tofauti ya hapo awali kabla hii project haijaanza na sasa. Tangu tuanze hii project maji imerudi, mimea inapata maji na hata ng'ombe wanapata. Tulikuwa tunalima mashamba kidogo kidogo, lakini sasa tumeongeza.
The local community members, they come and do beekeeping within the project, whereby it's beneficial to them.
The wetlands recovery is directly improving daily life.
Tukiingia hapa tukifanya kazi tunalipwa, tunasomesha watoto, tunalinda na kuinua jamii zetu, na hata tumejaribu kuingia katika vikundi, tumeendeleza vikundi, tunapata pesa huko, tunafanya makazi nyumbani kwetu na hata katika community.
Foresters assess wetland health using indicators such as vegetation diversity, soil moisture, water quality and wildlife presence. Restoring a degraded wetland is not without challenges.
Ile miti ilipandwa na president tunasaidiana kuiwekelea maji na au cashews. Ijapokuwa ni kidogo, hata ningeappeal kwa forest waone kama wanaweza kuongeza hao cashews kwa sababu saa nyingine wanakuwa wachache sana. To an extent that they can't meet the demands.
The Makueni County government has integrated Kiu wetland restoration into its environmental policies.
The restoration of Kiu fits into the forest landscape policy which you have passed, and also fits into the county environmental action plan in terms of restoring the environment for purposes of the utilities like this one. Because Kiu catchment provides clean water, which sits well with agenda number 1 of providing the people of Makueni with clean water.
The national government provides policy support aligned with Kenya's climate goals.
We have officers who work around here. We have the chiefs, the assistant chiefs, and the community. We always coordinate so many activities. We have been doing continuous monitoring of the area. We have been also doing more planting of trees around the area. We have also been ensuring that we educate the public on the importance of the environment.
Kiu now stands as a model for wetland restoration, demonstrating how local action supports national and global climate commitments.
There's something important that happened in Kiu, and I hope we can duplicate it, and that is what we call seed ball broadcasting using drones. So where you have large environmental degradation and large areas, seed ball broadcasting comes to me as a good alternative of saving costs and doing much larger propagating of seedlings, because we have got a lot of land that we need to restore. We are going to take people to Kiu, teach them about carbon credit, teach them about growing the proper trees, show them the benefit of ensuring that we can restore. We can't just plant trees. We want to restore.
The story of Kiu Wetland shows that restoration is possible when communities, government and partners work together.
Future plan for the Kiu catchment is for them to keep on improving the area and getting support from the carbon project. We are looking forward to sustain this project because on a yearly basis we get funds to support our partners, and we are here to operate for almost 30 plus years.
Protecting wetlands is protecting our water, our livelihoods and our future.
The long-term vision for Kiu Wetland is basically to convert the land use system and designate it as a protected area so that we can have proper law enforcement actions and ensuring that we have a long-term sustainable ecosystem that is going to provide all the necessary ecosystem services to the communities now and in future.
Kiu Wetlands, restored by people, sustained by nature.